and it was a detailing letter. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. This is a letter to your wife from prison. What did you say?
To make sure they understood why I do what I do. And it's me believing that the worst will come.
That you will die in jail.
The worst will come, and I want my children to know that I haven't,
There's a storm brewing, and it's got three big names caught right in the middle: Elon Musk, Tommy Robinson, and UK Prime Minister Kier Starmer. It's not just about politics. It's about power, free speech, and what happens when someone tries to speak out against the people in charge. Tommy Robinson, a name that sparks strong opinions, is sitting in solitary confinement, locked away under circumstances that have raised a lot of eyebrows. He believes there's a reason for this, because he knows things the government doesn't want getting out. And according to him, Kier Starmer is making sure it stays that way. At this point,
well, I know what they're going to do, what I believe they're going to do, and that I know no one can tell me why I was brought to that prison only.
Here's where it gets even bigger. Elon Musk, the billionaire behind Tesla, SpaceX, and X, isn't just watching from the sidelines. He's stepping in, calling out what he sees as an attack on free speech. Musk has made it clear he thinks Tommy Robinson is being silenced, not for breaking the law, but for telling the truth, and he's not afraid to say it, no matter how much heat it brings. So, what's really going on here? Is this about justice, or is it about shutting someone up? And why is one of the most powerful men in the world putting his weight behind Tommy Robinson? Let's get into it. Locked away in a tiny cell, cut off from the outside world, Tommy Robinson says this isn't just a prison sentence. He calls it a political move designed to keep him quiet. But is there more to it?
Moved, and I said to my wife, I'm getting moved, but nothing from the outcry outside, from Lord Pearson, who's a lord in this UK, making comments to make sure I'm safe. I knew that nothing had been done to do that.
So you're sat down writing your letter to your wife and your children, and what are you telling them?
That I know by doing what I do that that moment will come, and I know that, and I've chose that.
And you want your children to know that you didn't choose it over them.
So I detailed to my wife that it's not about them. It's not about our children. It's about every child, everyone's. I'm not apologising because not for 1 minute I'm sorry for what I've done. I'm apologising.
Back in October 2024, Tommy Robinson, whose real name is Stephen Yaxler-Lennon, was sentenced to 18 months in prison. The charge? Contempt of court. The case revolved around a high court order that barred him from repeating certain claims about a Syrian refugee. But according to Robinson, this isn't just about breaking the law, it's about silencing him for good. Here's where it gets serious. Robinson claims that being thrown into solitary confinement isn't standard procedure. He believes it's a calculated effort by those in power, especially Prime Minister Kier Starmer, to make sure he can't speak out. He says they're afraid of what he knows, of what he might expose if given the chance.
Spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible. They're not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves. Those who are cheerleading Tommy Robinson, not interested in justice. They're supporting a man who went to prison for nearly collapsing a grooming case, a gang grooming case. These are people who are trying to get some kind of vicarious thrill from street violence that people like Tommy Robinson promote.
Whether you support Tommy Robinson or not, one thing is clear: this isn't just about one man in prison. It's about whether someone can be locked away, not just behind bars but behind silence. If what he's saying is true, what exactly are they trying to keep hidden? And why does Kier Starmer, in particular, want him out of the picture? Elon Musk isn't the type to stay quiet. When he saw what was happening to Tommy Robinson, he spoke up, loudly. In January 2025, Musk took to X and demanded answers. Why was Robinson in solitary confinement? Was he really being punished for a crime, or was this about shutting him up? Musk didn't hold back, suggesting that Robinson was in prison simply for telling the truth.
Tommy Robinson, and Nigel said he would go to the US and explain to Elon Musk that actually Tommy Robinson was in contempt of court and that's a criminal activity and his incarceration is justified. But actually, I'm completely with Elon Musk. I think Tommy Robinson shouldn't be in jail. It was a civil action. It was a defamation case that was made against Tommy. No one typically goes to jail as a result of a civil action. You might have to pay a fine or a penalty or a settlement for the defamation caused, but you shouldn't be incarcerated. And what Tommy Robinson did was break an injunction where he showed a film. I think it's called Silence. He showed a film which he had been prohibited from showing. And the Attorney General, and remember, the Attorney General is a political appointment. It's a Labour Party individual who holds that office since the Labour Party was elected, decided he was going to intervene.
This wasn't just another tweet storm. Musk's support went far beyond words. Reports indicate he's even putting his money where his mouth is, agreeing to fund Robinson's legal battle. That's no small change, and it's a clear sign that Musk is serious. He believes Robinson is being targeted, and he's willing to back him all the way. But why does one of the richest men in the world care so much? For Musk, it's about free speech. He's made it his mission to fight against censorship, often calling out governments and media platforms that, in his view, control the narrative. Now, Musk has turned his focus on the UK government and Kier Starmer. With Musk in the mix, this is no longer just about Robinson, it's about something much bigger.
Student of history, which I am, then a student of history will tell you that there's a very good chance that Tommy Robinson will one day be the Prime Minister of England.
Wow.
Yes, very good chance. Well, you know, if you're a student of history, if you're not a student
Right.
of history,
Okay.
then you...
Even from behind bars, Tommy Robinson isn't staying quiet. He claims the UK government is doing everything possible to silence him because of what he knows. But what exactly does he claim to have? According to Robinson, it's information that could be damaging to those in power, especially Kier Starmer. He says that's the real reason he's in solitary confinement, cut off from the world, unable to speak freely. Elon Musk isn't buying the official explanation either. To him, this isn't about justice, it's about control. Musk has built his entire public image around fighting censorship, and now he's using his massive platform to shine a light on Robinson's case. He's not just questioning the UK government's actions, he's accusing them of outright suppressing free speech.
The whole world's watching the failure and the attempt to mentally break a British journalist for daring to expose their...
Through X, Elon Musk has repeatedly slammed the idea that governments should have the power to decide what people can and cannot say. He sees Robinson's situation as proof that free speech is under attack. And if the UK can do this to someone as high profile as Robinson, what's stopping them from doing it to anyone else? With Musk backing this fight, it's no longer just about one man, it's about who really controls the truth. Tommy Robinson has never been an easy figure to pin down. To some, he's a fearless activist exposing corruption. To others, he's a troublemaker who plays the victim. His journey has been anything but smooth, marked by legal battles, arrests, and bans from social media platforms. Over the years, Robinson has been convicted of contempt of court, defamation, and other offences, fueling both his supporters and critics. But now, Elon Musk is stepping in, not just to support Robinson, but to reshape the way people see him. Musk doesn't deny Robinson's past, but he argues that the real issue at hand is much bigger. He wants the world to see Robinson not as a criminal, but as a man being punished for speaking out.
Against Tommy Robinson. And the bar for the Attorney General to make such a decision is a high one. He shouldn't interfere in the legal process unless he thinks it's a matter of important public interest. And then so it was a politically motivated case, you know, no doubt about it, against Tommy Robinson. And then, of course, the judge decided to incarcerate him, which again seems disproportionate for showing a film. You shouldn't be sent to jail for, minimum 9 months for showing a film.
By using X as a megaphone, Elon Musk is shifting the narrative. He's framing Tommy Robinson as someone persecuted by a government that doesn't like what he has to say. And with Musk's influence, that message is reaching millions. The question now is, will it work? Can Musk turn the tide of public opinion and change Robinson's image, or will Robinson's past always overshadow the fight he claims to be in now? This isn't just about Tommy Robinson anymore. When one of the richest, most influential men in the world throws his weight behind a controversial activist, people pay attention. Elon Musk's support has turned Robinson's case into a global conversation, one that goes beyond a single legal battle. At the heart of it all is a question that keeps coming up: where do we draw the line on free speech? Should governments have the power to silence voices they don't like, or is Robinson's case proof that some people use free speech as a shield to avoid consequences? Musk's involvement has only intensified these debates, forcing the public to reconsider what's at stake. Then there's Kier Starmer. As Prime Minister, he's now facing questions not just about Robinson's imprisonment but about his own past. Before politics, Starmer was the UK's Director of Public Prosecutions, making decisions that shaped the country's justice system. Critics are now asking whether his past judgments and current policies show a pattern of suppressing dissent.
How long you lock me up here for, and I expect them to come in with more charges. I expect them to try and do everything they can, because the public right now are listening. The world is watching. The more you try and crush us, the more you try and mentally break us, the more support we will gather. And people aren't buying your nonsense anymore. And this, again, I don't want people to be feeling sorry for me. I just want to point out their injustice, their lies. It doesn't have to be, my sentence doesn't have to be lies. I shouldn't even be in jail. I shouldn't be in jail, but I was willing to come to jail to put them on trial. I said that in the build-up. I'm not on trial here. The judiciary is, and right now the world, I'm not humiliated in the world's eyes. You are. The British judiciary is a laughingstock to the entire globe.
With Musk keeping the pressure on, this isn't a story that's going away anytime soon. The bigger question now is, who will come out on top, the government, Musk, or the idea of free speech itself? This fight is far from over. Tommy Robinson is still behind bars, still claiming he's being silenced. Elon Musk isn't backing down, continuing to use his platform to call out the UK government and Kier Starmer. Starmer is trying to move past the controversy, but the pressure isn't letting up. The battle over free speech, government control, and political influence is playing out in real time. Some see Musk as a billionaire fighting for justice, while others see him as using his power to protect someone with a controversial past. Meanwhile, Starmer faces growing scrutiny, not just for Robinson's case, but for how his government handles dissent.
At the time, he was considered a criminal, a serious, real bad person. And, he eventually turned out to be...
So, what comes next? Will Robinson's imprisonment spark wider pushback against censorship? Will Musk's involvement force change? Or will this just be another political storm that fades with time? One thing's for sure, this story isn't just about one man in a prison cell. It's about something much bigger: who gets to speak, who gets silenced, and who really decides the truth. And with Musk refusing to let this go, it's only a matter of time before the next big twist comes. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to our channel.